Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to a now empty resource zone. During the break between the last episode and this one, the dev test has gone live. But it's also added a whole host of new stuff to the game, which I really wasn't expecting. Perhaps I just wasn't paying attention to the forums and such enough, but honestly, it did take me a bit by surprise. The first thing is, this resource zone now gives oil and metal, making it actually worthwhile defending. So in today's episode, we will be building a small fortress to defend the waters, as honestly, I don't feel safe venturing forth from this location pretty much ever. And the second big change I can actually show you by putting in one of my ships. There we are. Advanced cannons have had a bit of a surprising buff. Not in terms of damage, not in terms of anything very physical, but they no longer need shell parts, which were part of the ammo customizer, which was a massive hindrance because of how much space this actually took up. The shell parts and the output, I can't remember what they're called, but essentially output blocks as well, took up a lot of space in the hull, and I think they're also explosive. No more. From now on, all you need is the ammo controller and the ammo customizers, and then the advanced cannon can use that blueprint and simply take ammo directly from the storage of the vessel, so it's like any other weapon, which is so much better, as I've had enough space to do this. Look how much spare storage we've got, and I've even managed to armour up the sides a little bit, so that's pretty darn cool. The final addition, at least the final addition which has interested me, is the ERA armour. Explosive Reactive Armour. ERA will stop a heat warhead dead in its tracks. It will also offer very significant protection from targeted fragmentation strike. The armour is used in the process and must be repaired and reused. Essentially, this thing is very low health, very low armor, but can completely nullify basic missiles and even basic frag missiles. Although if you use more than one warhead, it's still going to get through and cause havoc. At least it will stop the first one, at least from what I've read from the tooltips. So that's the very basics I'm getting from it. It's still very, very cool. It also explodes when hit apparently, but still better than the alternative. Not effective versus high explosives. I'm guessing that's from the from the advanced shells? I don't really know too much there. The final thing I do want to mention is I have been a little bit busy off camera. I'm currently building a new vessel, which will be replacing the fireworks in the distant future once we've finished with the first faction, once we're against the Lightning Hoods, if they get their update in time, or the Onyx Watch, or whoever is the most updated after we've finished with the Deepwater Guard. So with all that said, it's about time we get working. So let's put... Oop, hello, apparently I'm floating in the air. So let's start off by building our basic fortress. Also, I would like to say that I've ran into a bit of an issue with the last episode. Apparently, the very last section was actually cut off without me realising it because I don't pay enough attention, apparently. And I never explained where I got the coffin nail from. The coffin nail just appears at the very end of the episode and nothing else. So I do apologise for that. Essentially, the coffin nail completely bugged out and was saying that it was killed, AI dead, times 500. And that was just going up and up and up and up. So pretty much, we had no alternative than to go down there and capture it. So we were given a free coffin nail, which I've decided to repair, and we're going to use to defend the fortress very soon. So let's just put down a really basic foundation. In fact, what I'm going to do is build a massive foundation so that we can start working off of it. What I would like is something a bit akin to an oil rig or something like that. So let's put down this just so I can see what I'm doing. So, similar to the spinny fortress, the spinning top fortress, but perhaps with more armor on the outside and more structures as well. So it's a huge compound with the spinning top in the center and perhaps a huge series of silo engines like I was talking about before around the outside. Finally, there we have it. Okay, I don't think I've ever changed my mind so many times as I have with that portion of the build, so I expect the little fast forward segment there was probably quite sporadic, and it is now becoming nighttime, the perfect time to show off our orange lights. Anyway, we have the counterweight, we have resource gatherers on spin blocks, and we have the main structure, which definitely needs to be bulked up a bit. Originally, the idea was it was going to be scaffolding around a moving crane, which would move around the water which was free and essentially harvest the area, at least in terms of looks. But sadly, it turns out when you build so big of a spin block, it just becomes remarkably distracting and weird looking. So after building it up 3 times, most of it you probably didn't see, I ended up settling with this design. So we'll come back to that later, once I've kind of thought about it a little bit more and how I want to build it up. But for now, we're going to start building up a fortified segment here, which is technically the side of the vehicle, which will hold the weapon systems and perhaps a bit of the ammo cache. I can't believe it, it's actually happened again. A coffin nail attacked us in addition to a couple of marauders, and upon killing the coffin nail, it simply bugged out. It was 2 damaged, minus 200 and something, and was simply sitting there. Upon capping it, we can see this force is being scrapped and cannot be pulled, although it very clearly isn't being scrapped. I'm not quite sure what's causing this bug right now, but it seems to happen with every single coffin nail. Which means now we have 2 of them, so it's not all bad, I suppose. It means we've got 2 of the strongest flyers from the Deepwater Guard, and the fix, I believe, is just to save the game and then reload. The good news is that the coffin nail is no longer bugged. The bad news is that the supply vessel is currently at the old fortress with the coffin nail, simply stocking up on resources and then coming back to the new fortress, and we were attacked with the most annoying group I have ever seen. 4 flying squirrels and 2 paddle guns. The paddle guns apparently now have flares they fire off whenever a missile comes near. And considering the fireworks are completely missile-based, this battle has now been going on for 16 minutes, and I'm slowly losing my mind. Please hit the squirrel. Yes, we hit the squirrel so many times. Look at it, it's just bugged out completely. There's blocks floating around, there's jets coming out of nowhere. This thing should be dead. It's not even fighting back anymore, that's the worst thing. It's just became even more erratic from not being able to kill it with the first shot. Someone please hit this thing. Be it the coffin nail, the old one, or be it one of the fireworks. Please just get this thing into the water already. There we go. Finally hit it. Also, did I just capture that? No, I don't think I did. That was weird, it just didn't completely disintegrate and yet the battle ended. Either way, there we go. The supply vessel is coming back, which means we can get back to building finally. Well, there we have it. We have done some serious work in the form of this fort. I did not intend to spend all this time building, but it kind of just happened. And as a result, most likely it was all in the form of a fast-forward segment. So I do apologise that that has pretty much covered most of the video, as I am now out of time. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've currently made. The main fortress section at the front is looking beastly. It's got triple thick armour on almost every side. It's got cruise missiles, more powerful than the ones the firework are using. We have a railgun, which I'm still working on. Currently it could shoot a 4-meter shell around about 500 meters per second with 4,000 explosive damage. So it's certainly not bad, it just takes too long to load up at the moment, but that's mostly because of our lack of engines. We have the anti-aircraft cannons, which have been stolen directly from the supply vessel, and that's that in terms of defense. These two sections here, which I've just built up, are going to be the home for the anti-missile system and possibly a little bit of storage, as I've realised we actually have no storage area currently planned out, as these are going to eventually be the major walls of the entire floating fortress, as that's pretty much what I want it to look like, an actual fortress with a courtyard, a castle, and a crane, because I've got a bit of a thing for cranes at the moment, and even this still needs to be painted and prettied up, and that's the big thing. This still is not pretty yet. We need to add colour to it, we need to add decorations to the side, we need to make it look more like our current theme of pyrotechnics. Lots of fire, lots of ember, reds, yellows, greens even, just a little bit, all of that lovely stuff to make it look like part of our current fleet. I've had a lot of fun with this, and once again I do apologise that we're ending so soon, but thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. If you have any ideas for a good name for this fortress, then please leave it in the comments below. This is going to be our go-to fortress for the future, the one we place when we actually do care about the resource zone, so I will be bringing it into multiple factions, including the next one, so this isn't just for the Deepwater Guard, hence why I've gone so mental on defense, and we're still not done yet. Once again, thank you for watching, and goodbye. My throat is completely gone once again.